I would tell you why I don't have one. Because I started that direction. I started with a single shaft coming down that had a gear on the bottom of that shaft, and then I was going to take off of that gear, bring other power sources, transmissions up to that gear and mate with it. Well, when you start figuring out how much torque is on to making a megawatt of power, and when you're matching gears, a gear matches such that all the torque is on one tooth at a time. That's all you get. So just for a small one in the 50 horsepower range, which let's say 50 kilowatt range, I'd need a gear this big. Whoa, that's big. And for me to get one which was large enough to do a megawatt was insane. I'm doing a lot of gear research. We have a wonderful gear company over in Fort Worth. There's one in Boston area. I get all their manuals, I read them, I go through all their stuff, I look to see what they recommend. The problem was everything I was wanting to do was offer their charts. I mean, they had torques and speeds and RPMs up to here, but I'm way over here somewhere. And as a result, you can't get anyone to help you, you know, because they know their formulas and they know how it works here. They don't think over here at all. But I knew that I could not use that. That to me was not a reasonable expectation to make a windmill and wind up with a gear that's 5 foot tall or something crazy. I jest on that, you know, I don't know what it is, but for a megawatt, but I would have to do it. But again, this one tooth at a time thing is a big problem. So I says, what I need is a bigger gear. So I made one. I made one that's 20 foot in diameter. So, whoa, 20 foot in diameter gear, and it weighs 1,600 pounds. But what I did is I designed it, had it cut out of, I brought it over to Dallas and had some folks had a CNC cutter hooked up to a sealing torch and had them to cut it out for me. And then I ground polished it at the end to match up to the teeth a little bit better. And
so you did that, you did the ground polishing?
Yeah. I designed the gear, the teeth and everything, brought it over there and get them to put it in their CAD system, help them put it in their CAD system. And then I walked away with 16 sections of a gear that I made it up. I welded them together in a fashion. And so now then I have a gear made out of 1085 hardened steel, which makes each tooth a lot stronger. And it's only 2 1/4 inches thick. But that gear itself still weighs 1,600 pounds. Big deal. But what can I do with that gear? Well, the gear has approximately 1,000 teeth on it. It 10-foot radius. And so what I can do now, I'm no longer limited to having to distribute the power off of one tooth. What I can do now is make several power takeoff stations around this gear, because they don't have to be in any one particular place. And now if I put 10 or 20 power takeoff stations around this, I have 10 or 20 teeth distributing the torque load over. Big savings on this. Get you down to here. The other thing is that every power takeoff unit can be a combination of many things. It can be an AC generator, a DC generator, can have multiple generators on it. It could have like a PTO mechanical shaft that comes off of it. It'll turn something else or another gear or whatever. So it has this transmission that can adapt to many things on the same one. Or it could have a big turbine. As an example, if I wanted to create a megawatt of power, instead of trying to put one into the gear that created a megawatt of power, I could put 10 in there that created 100,000 watts each. Still get a megawatt. And I've distributed that torque over 10 teeth now, not just one tooth.